She handed me the envelope with a smirk, as though it were some joke I hadn't yet caught on to. "Happy birthday," she said. "I've given you everything." I glanced down, my eyes slowly meeting the clean, clinical divorce papers, pre-signed, no discussion. I let my lips curve into a deliberate, purposeful smile. Looking her in the eye, I said calmly, "Wait till your lover sees what I recorded." Her smirk froze, then shattered completely. Her knees buckled, and she collapsed to the floor as if her strings had been cut. I didn't flinch, didn't move. I stood there watching the moment unfold, knowing how it would play out. Betrayal doesn't announce itself, it whispers. It plants seeds, waits for you to tend them, then lets the truth emerge. And when it does, it's quiet, careful, thorough. 5 years, that's how long we were married. 8 if you count the years before the ring. She was my best friend, my partner in ambition. We built everything together, the business, the house, the future we once swore by. She was the fire I fed, the calm I clung to, or so I believed. The first crack in our perfect life was so small, it almost felt like nothing at all. Her phone face down during dinner, a new laugh I hadn't heard before, a name, Ryan, that lingered just a little too long in passing conversations. She called my coworker. I dismissed it as a coincidence at first. But time has a way of sharpening instincts, and betrayal leaves a metallic taste like blood. I stopped asking questions. I stopped confronting her. Instead, I began watching, quietly, carefully. The kind of watching that doesn't let you know anything's wrong until it's too late. The confirmation came on a Tuesday, rain tapping on the window, coffee in my hand. She was in the shower, her phone buzzing on the counter. I didn't touch it. I didn't need to. The screen lit up just long enough for me to read the message. Asterisk, last night was perfect. I can still taste you. Asterisk. There was proof. But my pulse didn't spike. My hands didn't shake. I felt no fury. Only silence. Stillness. I smiled, not because I had forgiven her, but because, for the first time, I saw the game for what it was. From that moment on, I wasn't her husband anymore. I became the architect of her downfall. I started with patience. You don't burn a house down with a match. You wire it to implode first. I installed silent surveillance. Audio in her car, cameras in the house. Discreet, encrypted, undetectable. I watched as she invited me out while I worked late. I listened to their whispered lies in the bed we once shared. I cataloged every moment. Then I visited a lawyer, not to file, not yet, but to understand the battlefield. Turns out she'd be entitled to half, unless adultery could be proven, with evidence, dates, names, footage. I gathered more than enough. Everything stored on a hard drive, duplicated, locked behind a biometric vault only I could access. I called in favors, friends and finance, a forensic accountant to move our joint accounts into protected holdings. She never noticed. I met Ryan once 2 cities over at a cafe. He didn't know who I was. He bragged about his escape plan, her. I left before I even finished my coffee. Then I waited. I knew she'd choose my birthday to deliver her blow. Sentimental, predictable. She thought she was being poetic, but poetry cuts both ways. The night before, she kissed me like everything was fine, told me I'd love my surprise. I nodded, said I couldn't wait. That morning she wore red, her power color. She handed me the envelope like it was a trophy. "Finally, I'm giving you freedom," she said. I thanked her, then pulled my phone from my pocket, opened the folder marked closure and played the first video. It was of her, in our bedroom, with him. She lunged for my phone. I stepped back, calm, controlled. "I've sent copies of this to my lawyer, to yours and to HR, I said. "Adultery clauses are funny things. So is workplace misconduct." Her eyes widened. I wasn't bluffing. She reached for the table to steady herself, then fainted. I stood there sipping my coffee. She woke a few moments later, her eyes darting like a trapped animal. "Why didn't you say anything?" she whispered. I crouched down, looked her dead in the eye. "Because revenge tastes better when it's aged," I said. "And today is a celebration." I left the divorce papers on her chest, same ones only now amended. Full custody of the business, 0 alimony, an asset forfeiture clause attached. All signed. All hers. Some men yell. Some men break things. I build and then I break precisely. She gave me betrayal. I gave her consequence. They say betrayal is an art. I disagree. It's sloppy, driven by impulse. But revenge is a masterpiece. And today the gallery opened. She gave me everything. Now I've taken it all back.